Oh, hello everyone. Hoping that you, my students, are all fine and safe at home. I present to you this English remote learning session for week 1 of July. So let's go and see the objective. Well, our aim for today is to express feelings related to fear and phobias. We're not going to have a grammar content in this lesson, but we're going to have something more related to vocabulary and expressions, how to express yourself in the topic of fear and phobias. Well, what are you afraid of? That is the first question. And we have some expressions to, of course, express our feelings of fear. Some of these common phrases to express this are the following: to be scared of something, to be afraid of something, to be frightened of something, and to be terrified of something. We can use this with plural nouns like spiders, for example. I am scared of spiders, or I am afraid of spiders. I am frightened of spiders, or I am terrified of spiders. You can use all four expressions to say the same. These all mean the same. We have a singular noun like death. I am scared of death. I am afraid of death. Every single one of the expressions before. And of course, an ing verb phrase. For example, I am scared of dying alone. Or if I don't like flying, I am scared of flying because I'm scared of the airplanes, for example. I'm scared of flying. And so on. You can use this with different examples. Of course, it is very important to give you more examples so we can have a clear understanding of the use of these expressions. Take a look at the use of the verb to be in this case, alright? So, take a look. The first example is I am scared of moths. The second one, my friend is afraid of darkness. The third one is elephants are frightened of mice. And some people are terrified of dying alone. So, well, of course, here you have the moth, and mice is the plural for mouse. But the important thing here is that take a look at I am scared of moths. My friend is afraid of darkness. Elephants are frightened of mice. And some people are terrified of dying alone. And that's the use of the verb to be right there. So these are the common expressions: scared of, afraid of, frightened of, and terrified of. And now we have idioms, which are a different type of expression. So let's see. Well, what is an idiom in the first place? We have this definition that says an idiom is a common expression that means something different to the literal meaning of the words. These idioms are, of course, as it said, expressions that give you more color and flavor to what you say. Okay, so let's see these idioms to express fear. The first one is to be afraid of one's own shadow. Then we have to make your blood run cold. Then we have to turn white as a ghost, to shake like a leaf, and to jump or leap out of your skin. So as you can see, all these expressions sound kind of exaggerated, but they do not mean necessarily exactly the literal words that you have in there, alright? Let's go for the first one. To be afraid of your own shadow. So when someone is afraid of their own shadow, is somebody who is really, really easily scared by anything. So maybe it's someone who gets scared when he or she's watching a movie, or maybe when you go and say hello from behind them and they get scared. It's that kind of person. So as an example, we can say that my friend is afraid of his own shadow. So if your friend is a boy or maybe a girl, you can use the pronouns that you prefer. So my friend is afraid of his own shadow, or my friend is afraid of her own shadow. So it depends on who you're referring to. But that is the kind of person that gets easily scared by anything. Now, on the second place, we have to make your blood run cold, which you can clearly see in Spanish the literal words of the meaning. But to make your blood run cold means when something frightens you very, very much. So the example that we have here is Chucky made my blood run cold when I was a kid. So there was this horror movie about this toy that would be like very violent, holding a knife and killing people, and everyone was scared of that back then. Maybe today it is a joke and it's even funny to watch it, but back then I could say that Chucky made my blood run cold. Well, now our third example is to turn white as a ghost. So when people are scared, sometimes they go pale, their skin goes pale. So in Spanish, you can translate that into this, like your skin color turns into the one of a ghost. Our example is I turned white as a ghost when I saw a spider in my room. So, and the picture there that represents the change when your skin goes pale, when you see something that terrifies you. So, that is the expression to turn white as a ghost. Kind of poetic, right? Our expression number four, our idiom number four, is to shake like a leaf. So that's the meaning in Spanish. When you shake a lot and you feel like your body is responding in a really odd way when you have fear. Our example is my brother was shaking like a leaf when he watched The Conjuring. I infer that when people shake like a leaf, it means like when the leaves are on the trees and there is wind and they shake a lot. It's kind of the same sensation, the same feeling. So that is why you call this to shake like a leaf, all right? And well, finally, our last idiom here is to jump or leap out of your skin. The meaning you can see there in Spanish, so it means to be extremely surprised by something. In this case, we're talking about fear, okay? So we have this example that says kids jumped out of their skin when playing Five Nights at Freddy's. So when you jump out of your skin, it's explained here, like in the GIF you see Porky Pig, like he's kind of jumping out of his skin, literally. But it's not what happens, it's just that you're surprised, and that is the reaction of your body. And I put the example of the Five Nights at Freddy's because I remember kids back then were playing a lot, and with all of these kind of jump scares in video games or videos, the kids would, get really, really surprised or excited or scared. In this case, they jumped out of their skin. So that is the example. So with all those expressions seen, now we should have an activity, but we don't have the typical questionnaire in forms. I have here some questions for you that are for the next class. So we have our online session next week, and I would like you to have some of these questions prepared so we can participate and have some conversation in class. So the first one is, what were your fears when you were a kid? First question. There can be many. The second is, what are your fears now? Now that you're a teenager, you're 15 or 16 years old. And then we have Google 3 phobias with their names so you can share them in the next class. So we can talk and discuss about these fears and phobias the next week. And of course, I would like to play with you. So if you can, install the Kahoot app for the next session so we can play with a questionnaire and do something more interactive. Okay, so that is for the next class. All right, so that was the topic of fears and phobias. We have some of those expressions for you so you can use them in the future to express your feelings. All right, that was all for today, hoping that you guys are safe and sound home. I send you lots of hugs and take care. Don't go out, and please be safe. Until next time, bye.